Alright, so firstly, I'd like to say Kal Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is all praises to the Father and the Son, Bashim Kodash, in the name and the Spirit. Alright, double honors to the apostles, Great Millstone, and to the brothers out there pushing His word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom. It's the brother Kanai with another episode of GMS 5 Minutes of Israel. Alright, I think I'll title this video History um, as indicated who the real Israelites are according to prophecies. Right now, this continues to be a mind-boggling issue out there to the masses. Right, and it's understood as this is a mystery. Right, what is a mystery? It is a mystery who the real Israelites are. Right, and this is supported by the scriptures. All right. So without further ado, let me get into some precepts because this is not of our own. Alright, so first this is Psalms chapter 83, starting at verse 3, and it reads, They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, right? And we know according to the scripture that the Most High's people, right, which is the apple of his eye, are Israelites, right? So who the Israelites are, that we need to find out. See, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Now, this is the point here. It says hidden ones. Why would it say hidden if it's a case that everybody already know who the Israelites are? Right? So two things you can take away from this. Crafty counsel being what? Iconoclasm, whitewashing, even the presentation of the white Jesus, right? These were all to cover up who the true Israelites are. Iconoclasm, hiding the very existence of Israelites in Europe, whitewashing, presenting themselves to be the biblical Israelites, and presenting the white Jesus, to further portray themselves as being the Lord, right? Which the scripture did say that they was going to do that, right? And then hidden ones being what? Meaning that it is a mystery who the identity of the Israelites are. All right, let's continue with precept. It's a They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. So from this passage here, 3 and 4, we can take that his people is actually the Israelites, right? The name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, right? Now, the true Israelites, they are going by every other name under the sun except that of Israel, right? And these individuals are who? Latinos, Native American, Indians, and the Negroes. Right? You don't see Chinese going around saying that, oh, we are Africans, we are Ethiopians, we are Egyptians, and calling themselves all sorts of names, right? Except that of Chinese. You don't hear the Japanese doing that. The only people on the face of the earth here doing that and calling themselves all sorts of names, right? Are what? The Latinos, the Native American, Indians, and the Negroes, right? Um, so why are they called hidden ones? As I say, they were stripped of their identity, they were stripped of their culture, their heritage, right? And they were made to serve hardcore slavery according to the scripture, right? So this is why they are the hidden ones, right? And let me get the next precept. So this is Mark 4, verse 11, and it reads, And he said unto them, Unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of Yahweh. Mystery, right? This gospel, right? The scripture, right? Everything about it is a mystery, right? Even the very identity of who the Israelites are. It's just like with modern day Babylon. It is a mystery according to the scripture who the modern day Babylon is, right? And we all know that that is America according to the scripture, right? And says, and he said unto them, Unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of Yahweh, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. It said all these things are done in parables. So a lot of things about the scripture, and that is why Isaiah 28, the 9th verse is so important. A little here and a little there, because you have to be putting and rearranging everything in the scripture. So it's like a puzzle and putting them back together, because one precept supports another precept. One precept in the front supports another precept that is in the back, right? So a lot of what is actually written in the scripture is a dark saying, as per the word parable. All right, let's get Deuteronomy 28. Now, one identifying feature about the Israelites is that they are supposed to be scattered. Right. So Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. Let's get that from the precept, from the scripture, sorry. Alright, so 64 says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. It didn't say some. So that means the north, the south, the east, the west, right? All over. It's among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. That's from the eastern hemisphere to the western hemisphere. Right? And there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So now the point here is that they are scattered among all people throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright? Now, let's get some more supporting precept to this. Alright? Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 10, and it reads, hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, he that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him, as shepherd doeth his flock. Alright? Which is why the Lord himself said what? My sheep will hear my voice, because he's the shepherd, right? And Deuteronomy 28, 64 said that the Lord will scatter Israel among all people. And then he's saying that he that scattered Israel will gather him, will gather back Israel, right? Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 17, and it reads, therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries, point, where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. The land of Israel said that he will give us the land of Israel, right? It didn't say that we will acquire the land of Israel through Balfour Declaration or the help of the British Empire, right? The individuals who are now occupying that space called Palestine or Palestine, whatever you will, right, are occupied by a group of imposters who claims to be the real Jews, right? But how can they be the real Jews if they don't fulfill any of these prophecies? All right, let's get Revelation 2 and 9, and it reads, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say that they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, of them which say that they are Jews and are not. Right? Now, let's see what Deuteronomy says about true Jews, or what is one of the prophecies that the true Jews are supposed to fulfill. Right? Deuteronomy 28 again, and this time, let's get the 68th chapter. Alright, and it reads, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, again with ships, right? And we know what Egypt is, right? And I will get to that in a little while. Alright, Egypt is actually bondage. I'll get the scripture to support that. Again with ships, occupied again with ships. By the way, whereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see no more again. Right? He said, thou shalt see no more again, which is the land that he was talking to them from. Right? So that they will see no more again. So how is it that they see no more again until the new kingdom come, to be precise, right? So how is it that, or until the Most High return them to the land, which is the new kingdom, in fact. Right? So, how is it that then they were placed back into the land or returned to the land through the Balfour Declaration and via the Balfour Declaration, which is basically by the help, the hands of man? How is it that they were placed in that land without actually going through these things? Right? Is the new kingdom here already? Right? It is not, based on what the scripture describes the new kingdom to be. Right? I can safely say that. So who is it that they are in the land or have been returned to the land through the Balfour Declaration? Alright, moving on, it says, and there ye shall be sold to your enemies, unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall redeem you. The word here shall be, buy actually means recover or redeem. So no man shall redeem you. Redeem you meaning what? To give you back your freedom, redeem you. Alright, so let's get Exodus, I believe it's chapter 20, verse 4. It says, no. Alright, it says verse 2. It says, I am the Lord, a power which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So the word Egypt, that actually means bondage. The word Egypt actually means bondage. Alright, so point has been made. Right, and as I say, this is a mystery. That's one of the number one takeaways. Right, it's a mystery who the true Israelites are, which they are Latinos, Native American Indians, and the Negroes. Right, they were scattered throughout all four corners of the earth via slave ships across the Atlantic Ocean, right, from one end of the earth even on to the other. Right, the Jews that are inhabiting the land now, the Jewish people, let me say that, which are inhabiting the land now, they didn't fulfill this prophecy. Alright, so it shouldn't be an issue according to the scripture to identify who the real Israelites are, as there are multiple indications, infallible indications of who the real Israelites are. Alright, so let me just get one more thing. It said, Amos chapter 3, verse 7, it says, surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So these are all secrets being revealed now. Alright, so that's all I have on that. That was the Shalom.